The bell rang, and I melted into the river of students flowing toward the exit. My earbuds were in, but no music played. After 6 hours of noise-canceling studio sessions last night, silence was my favorite song. I kept my head down, letting my curtain of dark brown hair shield my face like it had for the past 3 months at Oakwood High. "Hey, Alara, wait up!" I slowed my pace, a genuine smile touching my lips. That voice belonged to Leo, the only person here who saw me just me. He caught up, his skateboard under one arm, his sandy hair perpetually windswept. "You escaping already? Some of us are going to the diner. Wanna come?" My stomach did a familiar, annoying flip. I wanted to say yes, more than anything, but my phone buzzed in my pocket, a message from my manager. "Rick, Studio B, 7 p.m. New track needs your ear." "Can't tonight. Family stuff," I said, the lie tasting bitter. It was the excuse I always used. Leo's smile didn't falter, but a flicker of something disappointment maybe crossed his green eyes. "No worries. Next time." He nudged my shoulder with his. "You're the most mysterious person at Oakwood, you know that?" If only he knew. To him, I was Alara Reed, the quiet new girl who transferred mid-semester because her parents traveled for work. To the rest of the world, I was Lyra, the 18-year-old pop sensation whose face was on billboards and whose debut album, Eclipse, had topped charts for 6 weeks straight. My single, Invisible Ink, was currently number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was my producer's idea. "Burnout is real, kid," Rick had said, watching me stare blankly at a hotel room wall after my last tour. "You need to be normal for a minute. Remember normal?" So they'd concocted the story, rented a modest house in this suburban town, and enrolled me. For 3 months, I'd lived a double life. Alara by day, Lyra by night, and weekend. No one suspected a thing. I wore hoodies, no makeup, and glasses I didn't need. The power of perception was a wild thing. "See you tomorrow, Leo," I said softly. "Yeah, save me a seat in Calc?" "Always." I watched him skate away, my heart a conflicted drum against my ribs. Then I slipped into the back seat of the unassuming sedan idling at the curb. My bodyguard, Marco, nodded at me in the rearview mirror. "Good day, Miss Reed?" "It was fine, Marco. Just drive." 2 days later, I was buzzing. A rare free Saturday stretched before me. No interviews, no studio time. Rick had grumbled about a canceled photo shoot, but I'd insisted. I needed a day to breathe. I was standing in line at the Grind, Oakwood's only cool coffee shop, when I heard it. The opening synth chords of Invisible Ink floated from the speakers. I froze, my order dying on my lips. A girl behind me sighed dreamily to her friend. I love Lyra so much. Did you see her new Instagram post from the studio? I wonder what she's like in real life." Tired, I thought. Lonely. Currently terrified you'll recognize my voice. "Alara?" I turned. Leo stood there, holding a battered copy of The Catcher in the Rye. My panic spiked. Did he hear the music? Did he see me flinch? "Hey," I managed. "Fancy meeting you here," he grinned. "Getting anything good?" "Just a latte." I paid quickly, my hands slightly unsteady. "Cool. Mind if I join you?" I was just about to hide from the world in that corner booth. The universe was testing me. "Sure," I heard myself say. We settled in. He talked about the book, about his band's terrible practice last night, about his little sister's science project. I listened, soaking in the normalcy. For the first time in years, I wasn't performing. I was just existing with someone. "You ever sing?" he asked abruptly, sipping his black coffee. My blood ran cold. "What?" "You have a singer's name, Alara. It's melodic. And you've got this quiet way of listening, like you're absorbing the rhythm of a conversation." My bassist quit. "We're desperate." I forced a laugh. "I'm strictly shower singer material, tone deaf." "I doubt that." His gaze was too perceptive. "You're always holding back, Alara. Like there's this whole other person inside you on mute." The truth pressed against my teeth. I'm Lyra. I sing for millions. This song playing right now is mine. But I couldn't say it. Saying it would end this. He'd look at me with awe or skepticism, and the fragile, real thing between us would shatter. "Just shy, I guess," I murmured. He didn't push. He just smiled and changed the subject. The lie grew heavier. A week later, Leo's band was playing a small set at a local charity fair. He begged me to come. "Please? Moral support. We're probably going to suck, but it'll be fun." How could I refuse? That night, I put on a beanie and stayed in the shadows at the back of the crowd. They were actually good. Leo on guitar and lead vocals had a raw, earnest quality that made my professional ears perk up. His voice wasn't polished, but it was full of heart. They finished their last song to warm applause. As Leo stepped off the makeshift stage, his eyes scanned the crowd and found me. His face lit up. He started weaving through the people toward me. That's when it happened. A girl, maybe 14, squinted at me. Her eyes went wide. She elbowed her friend. "Oh my God! Oh my God! You're Lyra!" Her shriek cut through the post-music chatter. Heads turned. My body went rigid. No, not now, not here. "It is her! Look, it's Lyra!" The girl fumbled for her phone, camera flashing. A wave of recognition rippled through the young crowd. I was surrounded in seconds. Phones were raised, voices overlapping. "Lyra, can I get a selfie? Why are you here? Sing something." I saw Leo, frozen a few feet away, confusion etching his features as he looked from the mob to me. Panic, cold and sharp, seized me. This was my nightmare. Marco was somewhere nearby, but he couldn't stop this tidal wave. I did the only thing I could think of. I turned and ran. I heard the footsteps behind me, the shouts. I ducked behind the fairgrounds concession stand, my heart hammering against my ribs. I was trapped. This way. A hand grabbed mine. Leo. He pulled me through a gap in the fence and into the dark, quiet woods that bordered the fairground. We ran until the sounds faded, stopping only when we reached a small, moonlit clearing by a creek. We bent over, gasping for air. The silence was deafening. "Alara?" he finally said, his voice strained. What was that?" There was no point hiding now. The shattered pieces of my double life lay scattered behind us at the fair. I straightened up, pulling off my beanie. "My name is Alara Reed, but I'm also Lyra." He stared at me. "The singer? The Invisible Ink singer?" I nodded, bracing for the anger, the betrayal. He was silent for a long minute, just looking at me. Then, he started to laugh. It wasn't a mean laugh, but one of pure, bewildered disbelief. "You're kidding me. The most famous teenager on the planet is failing Mr. Henderson's calculus with me?" A hysterical giggle escaped my lips. "I'm not failing. I have a B-." He ran a hand through his hair. "All this time, the family stuff, the secrecy, it all makes a stupid amount of sense." He paused. "Why? Why come here?" "To remember who I was before. All that." I gestured vaguely toward the world. "To be normal for a second. To have a friend who didn't want a selfie." He stepped closer. The moonlight caught the green in his eyes. "I still don't want a selfie." "What do you want?" My voice was barely a whisper. "The truth. And maybe a duet?" I smiled, a real, unfiltered smile for the first time all night. "Your band's bassist quit, right?" He grinned. "Yeah, but I was thinking more acoustic. Just us." From the distance, I could hear Marco calling my name, his voice edged with worry. My real world was closing in again. But for this moment, in this quiet clearing, I wasn't Lyra, the chart-topping phenomenon. And I wasn't just Alara, the quiet new girl. I was both. And Leo was looking at me, at all of me, like I was the most fascinating song he'd ever heard. "Okay," I said, "but you have to promise me one thing. Anything. Tomorrow in Calc, you still save me a seat." He took my hand, his thumb brushing over my knuckles, a simple grounding touch. "It's already saved.